Well, October 25th, pretty decent frost this morning. As you could tell by the moisture that was on the corn stalks that ended up on the corn head. Starting on corn, this morning here, and I don't know that I'm pretty certain the beans won't go, but I guess I might be surprised. Sounds like he's cooking corn, or just about to. 9:15, let's have a great day, everybody. The movie The Other Guys, anybody? No? No? Alright, let's just get to work then. You can kind of see the steam, but not as much as I'd expect. It's like it feels like 23 degrees Fahrenheit right now. Well, 31, 32 degrees. It's supposed to get up to 55 for us today, 57 tomorrow, so these might be our beaning days to finish the beans, and then we'll get back to the corn when it cools off. But they're like 15 to 16% from a report from a guy from late last night. So hopefully they should come off a point or two today, and we might be able to polish them off by tomorrow night. You can even see the frost on the top of the corn in the back hopper that hasn't been dumped yet. We'd like for that frost to burn off the stalks before we start combining. And one of the fiber optics companies offered to dig a hole for us to try to find a broken tile line. So we're gonna see if we can't fix that. The truck's just about unloaded, then we gotta unload the grain train, and then the wet tank's gonna be pretty full, and the dryer's gonna chew on that while we fix that tile. And then this afternoon we have a bunch of guys, should be able to catch the dryer no problem. Here's when you can kind of see those paddles. See it, corn going by down there at the bottom on the right? Tank's almost full. Should be pretty full by the time this wagon's done. But with 25% corn, the dryer just can't keep up. So all the trucks, the wagons, the cart, everything's empty. But we're gonna go fix that tile line, and then we'll still be able to catch the dryer and fill everything up, and then maybe switch the beans tonight. Let the corn dryer run for a day. If you're new to the channel, or if you're just wondering why we run these two big wagons since we have the two trucks. We do have a couple fields that we just cannot get into with the semis. The way the field roads are, or creek crossings, or whatever it might be. And when you're really close to the farm, these are really handy. And they haul a lot of grain if you load them up. And yeah, they are sweet. But we're just about unloaded here. Obviously, change of plans. The fiber optics guy with the backhoe happened to ask us if he could pressure wash his backhoe, and of course we said yes, because why not help the guy out? And then he said, well, can I dig a hole for you? And we're like, matter of fact, there's a broken tile line over there if you can help us fix that, because our backhoe does okay, but we just don't have the time to do it right now. And it'd be nice to get that cracked open, but am getting this field opened up. The wet tank is full. We want to keep it full, and then we also want to fill both semis, the wagons, and possibly even the cart with wet corn. And then we're going to switch over to beans, and in that time we should have time to at least dump the cart and then pick a cart full of beans tonight yet before the dew sets in. And then we should be able to finish the beans tomorrow, and the dryer will run probably all day tomorrow yet too. So that's the plan. That's why we're out picking corn, just to keep things full. We're just on the inside part of the headlands right here, and again, they're opened up here. Headlands always take a little bit of time, so it's good for me to do that when I'm by myself. He parked the wagons out here for me to dump into, and I think he might be helping that guy with the tile line. I'm not sure yet, but I'm out here opening this field up. Now the question just becomes, can we get to the wagons before we get full? I got the alarm set a little on the low side so it goes off with time, and in case you're on a hill it won't spill, but we'll see. I think we're gonna make it. Made it. The full alarm went off about 30 feet from the end, so I was able to just put it all on there because I knew it wasn't gonna spill over. Well, they're still digging for that tile line, so that means I'm on corn hauling duty too for now. Getting the grain cart filled up. Sounds like there's a bunch of lunch food at the dryer shack, so, and the farm is literally on the other side of the trees here, so run this over there, dump it,
because we're just running this in. I think he's got the wagons almost empty, but I'll just dump this in a semi in the yard, and you can dump it whenever. And then I'll run the cart back out and keep picking after I eat. Because I need some food. I'm getting hungry. Just about empty. That window's really dirty. But I'd say she's full. Holy smokes. Sloppy Joes, grapes, orange juice now, some chips, and then homemade cookies and milk. Holy yum. Now we're getting something done. We are gonna try to finish this field. The wet tank's full, the wagons are full. Now we have both semis to fill. We maybe like to keep the grain cart empty for beans, but maybe by the time we get everything switched to beans, we'd have enough room to dump the cart. We'll see how this field runs here. Probably just finish this field. See how it runs. We're just gonna open up this next field that's right next to it. And that'll probably get us to the point where we can't pick anymore. And then it's 3:30 right now, so by 4:30 we'd probably be switched over to beans here. Alrighty. Everything's full. Time to let the dryer do its job and switch to beans. Traffic jam. That is the one nice thing about wet corn. You can stack it on there. I just stacked it up pretty good now that we're back at the site here, and he's not going to be moving around. It won't slide, but I was waiting to dump here. The wet tank's probably only going to take another 500 bushel. And then we're going to get taking this head off. Up at Minnesota Ag Group Northfield, our Faribault dealer was already closed, and this was closing in about 20 minutes when we called them, so they set us up with some parts. Had a bearing go out in the feeder house. Should be a quick fix, hopefully. Quick bearing fix there, but these are the radishes and turnips that we planted. I dropped off a rent check on the way to get those parts and just thought I'd grab some, and the gal that lives there is like, yeah, you should make some eat the radishes. I'm like, well, in a soup or what? She's like, no, you just boil them up and eat them. I'll try it. Checked our dryer sample, make sure we're getting dry corn in the bin. We got that bearing back in on the front of the feeder house for the feeder house chain. No video really, it happened quick. A lot of hands moving around. And obviously the bean head's on. Probably the driest beans that I've chewed on. I'm thinking they're in that 13-14%. So driest we've had all year. We'll see how it goes. But the other ones have been like in the 14s, so these feel drier. So October 25th, and we're back in the beans. Just setting in, got our rotor speed up. All of our settings changed. It's dusty, and they're dry enough with the weather we got coming in. We're right in town here, but just gonna stop here and check, make sure combine's doing a good job. Got this field opened up, and combine seems to be running well now that we're back in the beans. Everything kind of dialed back in, it seems. So I'm gonna go back and check the corn dryer, and I'm gonna head out for the night. And they're gonna finish this. There's probably 10 acres left. It's a 13-acre field here in town, so shouldn't take them too long. And then we're gonna meet up in the morning, and we got 45 acres of beans to go. Corn is now 13 and 13.6 coming out of the dryer. So I'm pretty happy with that. We do have a little bit wetter stuff that might be coming yet, but I'm just gonna climb up, make sure it's got plenty to chew on, which I'm almost certain it does, but I'll double check. And it has plenty of corn, so I'm out for the night, 9:30, but we're gonna have a late supper at home. She's on the night shift schedule too right now, so night shift schedule here, supper time, beans tomorrow. So you guys take it easy. Be safe as always. We'll check you later.